What she got and got a lot of, lots of hair from Prel. I'm sorry.
Hello.
I thought we were going to start with a Prel commercial.
Why would we? Are they a sponsor or?
No, it's just from the 70s. We do have a sponsor today, but that's not. We don't do that part at the beginning, so I don't know why you'd even bring that up.
Well, because you were doing a commercial.
Craig, start us off. You know what? I always start us off. I want for you to start us off, because I feel like you're really going to bring something special that I don't normally bring. Let's hear it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a little show called Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Chadwick Rasmussen.
And my name is Gregory the Third.
All right,
great.
You done all the things.
Yeah, I thought I was going to start. You just started.
I know, but you took too long. I was waiting for you.
Well,
I gave you a second and a half.
I guess your way of waiting was talking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to wait in silence. I mean, nobody wants to wait in silence. That's called dead air. You don't want to need dead air.
So I should start talking right after you
Exactly.
talk.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
Good. How's that coffee, Craig?
It's good. You know what? We ran out of coffee.
God.
So
wait, you ran out of coffee?
You got excited when I said, you know what?
No, I got excited when you made the sound, like after you drink and then you go, That's my favorite. Hang on, I got to have some water so I can try that.
Okay, sure. We ran out of coffee. Yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
And,
that is my favorite part of drinking.
Sure is. So I didn't get the coffee I normally get, so I went to the nearby store, the store that's closer than the one that
the
has
nearby
the coffee
store.
I want.
Is it called the nearby store?
It should be.
Yeah,
it should
that's
be called
a great name.
because it is. Every time I'm there, it is nearby. Any store actually.
Sure, I guess so.
So I got Dunkin' Donuts coffee this time.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee. They're known for their coffee.
America
which I never
runs
really understood.
on Dunkin'.
I have had Dunkin' Donuts coffee. To me, it tastes just like coffee.
You know what? I make pour-over coffee. This might be the first time I've tried whole bean Dunkin' Donuts pour-over coffee.
I feel like Dunkin' Donuts, like a lot of New Yorkers love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. A lot of New Yorkers cannot start their day without going into Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee. And I feel like Dunkin' Donuts has somehow fooled all of New York in that their coffee is so special.
Chicago's the same way, and you know what? It is good. It is good directly from Dunkin'. It's pretty
fun.
good.
It tastes like coffee.
Their standard, Greg. You load your coffee with stuff.
You don't know. That way you could buy any coffee beans, and it all tastes good.
Yeah, it all tastes like sugary, milky.
Yeah, that's a coffee.
Yeah, sure.
I had a friend of mine who years ago I had breakfast with him, and he ordered his coffee black, and I'm like, have you always ordered your coffee black? He goes, no, I'm just trying a new thing. I'm like, oh, because you want to just enjoy life that much less?
Listen, I drink my coffee black.
No, you don't.
Because I'm an adult. And being
an adult is overrated.
And it's Dunkin' standard black coffee is way better than Starbucks.
Okay,
so,
now I feel like it's just a Dunkin' commercial, and they are not our sponsor either. So I feel like we're really pushing the Dunkin' coffee, and I just want to balance it out. But balance it out, I want to say Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Who gives a shit? That's that. I feel like that should be their slogan. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Who gives a shit?
Sure, Greg. I don't care what I sound like. I'm just being honest. Okay, it's just honesty time.
All right. If you want to be honest.
I will say Dunkin' it's not as good as what I normally get, but for just standard coffee, it's pretty good.
What do you normally get? Folgers Crystals?
No, I get Equal Trade Ethiopian. I've had you try some once. You didn't like it.
No, Folgers Crystals are the best. And I want to say this episode is sponsored by Folgers Crystals. We're the best.
So that is the sponsor.
And that's their slogan. I mean, that's one of them.
Okay, so I could see why you were upset that I was talking so much about Dunkin'.
Yeah, because Folgers Crystals paid us $17 billion with a B.
What?
I know.
What?
It's a lot. When they made the offer, I'm like, really? And then they just and then they prepaid. It just showed up in the Two Guys Talking About Lettuce account.
That's major. That's like major social media takeover money. Is what
I know.
That is.
I've already used it for advertising. I spent the whole thing on advertising. So so far, we've gotten 7 new followers.
Okay, that's not worth it. That's not.
It might be. That's less than $2 billion per follower.
That's no. That's where did you what did you do with that money? How did you spend it?
I just put it right into the advertising campaign.
When I said social media takeover, I meant like Facebook buys Instagram money or something like that. You know, like I wasn't saying like money that you should use to try to get followers.
Well, look, if you would just show up to the weekly meetings, then you could have warned me ahead of time not to spend it on advertising.
Well, I don't know about these meetings. You never tell me about these meetings, and I didn't know about this money.
Craig,
so,
come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, look, I think before we go any further, everybody, Craig has something to say. You know, before we really get started, Craig has something that he would like to apologize for. So go ahead, Craig.
I didn't do anything wrong. I apologize that I'm so great.
Oh, you're perfect. You didn't do anything wrong in life. You're perfect. Come on, Craig. People have been they've been begging you to apologize. And
you know, there have been times where I've put the recycling in the wrong bin. Mm-hmm. There have been times I've done that.
Yeah. Do you compost?
We do, yes.
You compost there?
And there have been times where I've thrown food in the garbage instead of the compost.
I've done that too. So what I like to do is I like to separate the compost from the trash. Mm-hmm. And then when I take it outside to the big bins, I dump all the compost in the recycling bin.
No, that's what I
like to do.
That'll ruin the recycling.
No. The recycling bin is empty because I put all the recycling in the trash bin.
Oh. Okay. Well, then we're good. No, we're not good. Yeah. This is all.
And then the green bin is empty. The green bin, which is normally for like lawn trimmings and whatever. So I fill that with electronics. I'm constantly on Amazon buying new electronics, which I can fill the green bin with every week.
You don't even use the electronics.
Of course not. They're brand new. It's very expensive. To do that.
Do you take them out of the box? Do you
recycle
the box?
I put them right in the boxes in there, and then I'm like, they can reuse these. But let me tell you something. Our trash collection people are so dumb. How dumb are they? Funny you should ask. They're so dumb.
Who asked? Who asked that? You asked yourself.
No, they just asked. It doesn't matter. So they're so dumb that their machine takes all these brand new electronics that I've spent thousands of dollars on every week, and they dump it into a huge truck that then crushes them. It crushes the new electronics. What the hell's wrong with the city that they're crushing brand new electronics?
Well, if it's in the green bin, wouldn't they be doing something else? They wouldn't be crushing it, would they?
No, it goes into the big green truck, and then it goes, it closes up and just crushes. And every week I just stare.
Well,
and
what
do
you think?
And I say to the truck driver, I say to the truck driver, "What are you doing, man?" And he's like, What are you talking about? You know, kind of talks like that. What are you talking about?
He sounds like Sylvester Stallone, a foreign Sylvester Stallone is kind of what that sounds like.
I guess. I mean, he looks like him too.
Okay.
What are you talking about? You know.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But Greg, what do you think is supposed to happen with? What are they supposed to do with those electronics?
Well, they take them, they donate them to the children. There's needy children all over the world who need electronics.
You know, listen, that would be great if you took that upon yourself. If you took if you bought all these electronics and then you went out and donated them.
Oh man, I should have done that.
Yeah.
I've just been putting them in the green bin, hoping that they'd give them to the needy children who need electronics all over the world. You know, there's like a kid, like in Somalia, who needs a brand new surround sound receiver, and I mean, they can't in Somalia. They can't afford that stuff. That's why they have pirates there.
So they just have regular now. They just have regular front sound instead of surround sound.
Yeah, they got front sound there. Yeah, Somalia is known for its front sound.
Oh, that's too bad. Listen, my wife just texted me while you were talking and said,
"What'd she say?"
She said, "Call me if you are up," because I was napping. So I was. Wait a minute. I take Ada to school, and then I go back to sleep.
I don't think you can call it a nap when it's in the morning. The morning is still sleep time. I think you were just continuing your overnight sleep.
Okay, we can call it that. And then I texted her very briefly, and I said, doing lettuce. And then she just responded just now and said, marijuana?
Man, I feel like I'm getting a glimpse into what your relationship is really like. And one of these days, I'm so looking forward to meeting you guys in person because I will already know all these things about you.
Again, you're looking forward to meeting us again in person?
Have we met already?
Oh, yes, many times.
I thought we'd just done these podcasts, like over Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Well, we do that a lot. We do that more than we've met, yes.
Okay, all right, so that's where the confusion was, right there. You can see why I'd get confused.
No, I can't. I think you'd have to be a true idiot to be confused by that.
Speaking of being a true idiot and apologizing, even though we're still waiting for your apology, one of my tenets in life is that I think apologies are important, and I feel like people, like, this is for everyone. You should always, when you go to a restaurant, always start off by apologizing to your waitress. If you sit down and you start off with an apology, that meal is going to go great.
Okay.
You just say, Bernice, I'm so sorry.
And that's it. And then
that's all you have to say. You don't even have to say
Bernice,
why.
And then the wait staff person will say, "Who's Bernice?" And
you'll be like, "Well, I know I called you by the wrong name, and I apologized." Because you've already apologized for that. I'm sorry, Bernice, and then you apologize again. I did it again.
Yeah, but Bernice, you said the name after the apology.
I said, Bernice, please accept my apology for calling you the wrong name twice, including the third time that was in this sentence a minute ago, Bernice.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it a fourth time.
You did it again. Now you have to apologize.
You have to keep apologizing. Yeah. Because Bernice gets upset.
Well, wait, who's Bernice, though?
That's the point. I don't know. All I'm saying is apologize to Bernice because you want to start off on a good foot and not on a bad foot.
Well, no, you're not apologizing to Bernice. You're apologizing to this person because you called them Bernice.
Yes, exactly. That's correct.
So I feel like Bernice, whoever that is the one who deserves the apology because you are putting her name through the mud.
Okay, point. So maybe one of these times, and I'd like to just say to anyone who's listening or watching, from now on, apologize to your waitress, call her Bernice. One of these days, no, trust me, listen to the rest. One of these days, I swear this will happen. If we get all of our, I don't know how many, 50 billion listeners, I don't know how many listeners we have.
Nope.
If we get all of our listeners to constantly, every time, apologize to their waitress and call them Bernice, one of these times, one of our listeners is going to write and say, hey, guess what? I went to a diner in Oak Park, Illinois, and my waitress actually was called Bernice, and she said no apology was necessary.
It will be Oak Park.
Yeah, there's
Illinois?
a diner in Oak Park, Illinois, and Bernice works there.
Okay.
And I don't even know if there is an Oak Park, Illinois.
There is.
Okay, good. I figured there probably would be.
It's right next to Chicago. It's like basically you're still in Chicago.
Okay, yeah. It seemed to me like there would be an Oak Park, Illinois. So there's a diner there. Go to sit in Bernice's section. Apologize to Bernice, and she'll say, "Oh, sweetie, you got my name right. There's no reason to apologize." You know how she always uses pet names. Oh, honey.
Sure.
Oh, sweetheart.
How would I know that?
Oh, baby.
You didn't even know that Oak Park was a thing.
Come on, my little baby. Come on, my sexy little baby. She'll say that.
Wow.
Bernice,
okay.
You know what Bernice is like.
I think Bernice will need to apologize. And that seems...
Shout out to Bernice at the diner in Oak Park, Illinois. We love you, Bernice. And also, we're so sorry.
There are people named Bernice in Oak Park. That's probably
I'm sure there are. I'm sure everyone in Oak Park
Greg,
is named
I'm going to have a
Bernice.
chocolate now.
Oh, okay, great. I'll wait.
It's good.
Look, while he's eating, I'm going to go ahead and shout out to our real sponsor. We have not shouted out to the real sponsor yet, so shout out to the real sponsor.
Is it Rika Chocolate? Rika Chocolate?
No, it's not. No, it has nothing to do with food. Luckily, nothing to do with food. It's not. It's not Dunkin' Donuts. It's not any of those other things. This is our real sponsor. So here are the talking points. Here we go. Hey kids, do you want to have fun? Then come on down to the Funeral. Make new memories at the Memorial Park. Eulogy whiz at all the amazing activities which are guaranteed to bring tears to your eyes at our funeral services. Bury your sorrows 6 feet underground in our mini grave sites exclusively for children. Buy tickets now. People are dying to get in. Hang on a second. No, this doesn't sound right. Hang on a second. No, this is just sounding like a funeral at a cemetery.
This is for children?
It says here it's located within Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Okay, never mind. This is it's just a cemetery trying to rebrand itself for kids.
Oh my God, guys! That was the worst chocolate eating experience I've ever had.
Disregard that sponsor, everybody. That's just a funeral home that wants you to, I don't know, buy tickets to go to a funeral and get buried. I don't know. That's awful.
Wait, eulogy whiz?
It says eulogy whiz. Like a eulogy, then you also go gee whiz, eulogy whiz.
But then you say at right?
all the amazing activities, which are guaranteed.
So you'll
to bring
gee whiz at them? You can gee whiz is
you
a
go
verb?
like, gee whiz, like that,
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Wow. That I got to tell you something. We've had a lot of sponsors. That is the worst sponsor we've ever had.
That was awful.
I feel like it's wrong to encourage children to go to a cemetery and attend funeral services. I don't care if you call it funeral. That's not correct. That's not cool, man.
Yeah, if the people were invited to the funeral service, sure, but don't just encourage random attendance of funerals.
No, although sometimes they do have food. So you might go there, and then there might be like a little reception afterwards. They might have like a deli platter.
Sure.
You could get some slices of meats.
So you're saying it is worth it to crash a funeral?
They may have a fruit platter.
Sure.
You could get slices of pineapple and melon. There are usually two types of melon. Cantaloupe and honeydew.
What about watermelon?
There is usually not watermelon, but every once in a while you might be surprised. But there will definitely be two types of melon, cantaloupe and honeydew, and there will be pineapple slices and probably a few grapes, not as many grapes as you would like. Like you can't just go and load up a big bowl full of grapes. Because then everybody else is going to be like, "Who took all the fucking grapes?" You know how people get angry. They get angry at funeral receptions. Who took all the goddamn grapes?
Yeah. Because a lot of people really love the grapes, but they mix it in with all the other fruit.
And honestly. Let's say the majority of the fruit is going to be the melon, because a lot of people, some people don't like honeydew at all, and then some people are like, maybe I'll try the cantaloupe, or vice versa. Maybe cantaloupe's more popular, or honeydew is. I don't know but but there's never enough grapes. They sprinkle just a few in.
Yeah, but you also don't want just grapes. I feel like that's too many grapes. Like
I got to tell you something. Lately, my wife and I have been eating a lot of grapes. We really have been enjoying grapes. I feel like we've rediscovered grapes. And often while sitting around watching TV at night, we'll just each have our own bowl full of grapes.
Really? Just grapes?
That is true. Just grapes. A bowl full of grapes. And I must tell you, that is a delicious snack. Although I wonder if it's increasing our blood sugar, because there's a lot of sugar in grapes.
Yeah, grapes are like the sugar, one of the sugariest fruits.
Yeah, it's kind of like just eating candy.
Kind of. It's better. It's probably slightly better.
Maybe we should eat grape-flavored candy.
Okay, that would be worse. That would be pretty much sugar then. That would be...
All right, so we'll just cut the middleman out.
Because then you're not getting the fiber that the fruit has.
We'll just eat a few spoonfuls of sugar. We'll each have like a quarter cup of sugar.
Okay.
And we'll just chew on that. It's crunchy. You put
keeping it pure, sure.
You put a quarter cup of sugar in your mouth and bite down that thing. That's going to be crunchy.
Sure. Yeah. Eventually it'll dissolve, though.
Yeah. Name three other things that are crunchy and then eventually dissolve. I gotta say something. I'm good at starting conversations.
Yeah,
and that's one of the best conversation starter. Let's just go with this. I like it. Name three other things that are crunchy and eventually dissolve. Go.
Pretzels.
Pretzels is one.
Yeah. Let's say toast.
Toast is another.
Sure. And how about M&Ms.
Sorry, we can't accept that.
What?
Nope.
Why not?
What we were looking for was marshmallows.
Well, I mean, if they're burnt marshmallows, yeah.
I just think any marshmallows.
No, that is like the softest food. That is, I mean...
Maybe after you chew it, but I mean, I've had plenty of marshmallows, and they start off like super crunchy. I have a friend of mine who once broke his jaw on a marshmallow.
Well, it seems like these were very old, rotten marshmallows.
It's brand new. Bought them at the store, in a bag.
No.
The bag said marshmallows on it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Greg, I'm just going to say no. This didn't happen.
This didn't happen.
Marshmallows are pillowy.
I will prove it to you.
Okay.
Google it. My friend's name is Terrence Malick. And
the director?
Yeah. And he broke his jaw on a marshmallow. Just Google Terrence Malick broke jaw marshmallow.
Terrence Malick. Oh, it's 1L. Yeah. Terrence Malick broke jaw
marshmallow.
Okay.
Yeah. See? I rest my case.
I spelled Terrence wrong and marshmallow wrong. Okay, wait.
Okay.
Why did the first thing that comes up is
why did Terrence Malick break his jaw on a marshmallow?
First, it's a Reddit post. Why did Terrence Malick
break his jaw
a 20-year break? 20-year break between Days of Heaven
his jaw.
and the Thin Red Line.
Okay. Yeah.
And what was he doing between them?
He's letting his jaw heal. It took 20 years to let his jaw heal. There's your answer. Mm-hmm. Obvious.
No.
Bam.
There's nothing mentioned about marshmallow.
Yes. It's exactly what I said.
No.
Speaking of food, you know what term I think is stupid? When people say, I'm a foodie,
Yeah.
Isn't everybody like other people don't eat food? I mean, I've never met a person who didn't enjoy eating food. It's like no one ever says, you know what I hate? Food. I hate eating food. Food's for losers. Humbug.
Greg, I think it's more like they mean that they know a lot about a lot of different foods instead of just,
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool. It's sort of like a movie buff, Most people like movies.
You don't have to keep explaining. I agreed with you. You won this one. I agreed with you.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm explaining for the audience as well.
No, it's all right. You don't need to do that. Yeah, it's not necessary.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah, we got
it.
Great.
All right.
We got it.
Cool.
Now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section, starting now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. We hope you enjoyed it. I know I did.
Yep. It was we learned things, and there was a moral that we disagreed on.
There really was a moral. Yeah, and we really did disagree. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
But at least we did arrive at a moral, whether we agreed on it or not.
Yeah, and at least we said some stuff, and time passed.
Oh, man, did we say some stuff.
And did time pass.
3.5 minutes of it passed. They get a bonus few minutes. They get a bonus few minutes that the rest of you idiots don't get to hear.
Whoa, Greg.
No.
Greg.
I'm saying you misunderstood me. I'm just saying anyone who doesn't support us on Patreon are idiots.
No,
Greg.
That's
saying.
That's not.
That's not true. That's not what you don't insult your listeners.
I wouldn't say that's a good way to go about it. No.
All right. Well, listen, I'm sorry if I offended all you idiots who don't support us on Patreon. But if you support us on Patreon, you wouldn't be such idiots. That's all I'm saying.
Again, you're doing it again.
I'm saying.
Greg, Here's what I need you to do. I need you to stop referring to people who don't support us on Patreon idiots, and I need you to stop thinking that as well. I need you to stop.
Can I just say I love the word idiot so much. And yesterday I went and shot my second episode of the Netflix show Beef. Yes, I am bragging because I love the show, and it was so much fun. And I love the word idiot so much. I actually went to the director and I said, I've got an idea for an additional line, and it's where I accidentally call I can't say who or what, but I accidentally call someone an idiot, and he approved the line, and so I did it. And now it's just up to the editing process if they leave it in or not. And I'm so excited because I got to add the word idiot. I got to yell the word idiot, which is so funny to me.
That is good. Wait, how many episodes are you in?
Two episodes of Beef. I've finished shooting both of them, and now I have one other shoot coming up in about a week and a half for a Lifetime movie. Yeah, so I have a funny little role in a Lifetime movie. It's nice to have a couple of funny roles in a row because I keep doing these dramas, these serious parts. Because you know me, I have a very serious side.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know that about you.
My friendly friends on Twitch refer to me as the doctor who gives bad news because I keep booking roles like that. Like it's usually a doctor who has bad news for the patient. Because I have booked that like 3 times, or sometimes it's a pharmacist who gives bad news. I've also been an investor, like on Bel Air, who gave bad news. And
you're good at giving bad news.
I am, and
you get very serious. It's very serious performances.
Yeah,
completely opposite you.
Yeah, and on Lessons in Chemistry, I was a station manager of a TV station who gave bad news. And on this Lifetime movie coming up, I'm a station manager who gives bad news to someone.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you get these roles?
I guess that's just my vibe. Like, this is the guy who's going to give you bad news.
Yeah, you're good at because your face is so positive looking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sexy.
No,
Super sexy.
No, That the medicine goes down easier. You can give the medicine easier, Greg. That's what I'm saying.
Look how sexy.
No, Greg, stop it.
When I bat my eyes, it's super sexy.
You are scaring the people who will be listening in the future. You are scaring them, and they're only listening, not the people watching. The people listening.
Whenever I wanted to like pick up a girl at a bar or something, when I was back in my like teens or whatever, my early teens, I would do this.
So in your early teens, picking up a girl at a bar.
Yeah, I'd be like 13, 14.
Okay.
And I just do this.
Why the hands? Why putting the hands to the face like that?
Because it brings
like
attention.
It
brings attention to the face. You put your hands next to your face and you move your fingers like this.
It kind of brings attention to the hands, though. Actually,
well,
I was paying far less attention to your hands until you did that.
Do you know women love hands, and do you know why they love hands? Because that's what you touch a lady with.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can touch their heart with your hands.
What?
No.
You touch their heart with sweet words.
Yeah,
with emotions.
You use sweet words
and emotions.
One time, I touched a lady on the rear end with my sweet words. And
okay, how does that work?
You just said you touch a lady with sweet words, and so I was just trying to go along with it, and I was trying to make it make sense to me, because before I didn't understand what you meant.
But now that you brought up the word rear end,
yes,
you understand.
By the way, is this the first time we've said the words rear end on this podcast? I think it is.
Maybe, because normally we'd probably go with ass.
Yeah, ass or butt or keister,
badonkadonk,
any of these things. We don't normally say rear end, so this is like, I guess the name of this episode is rear end.
If someone could go back and transcribe every episode and then see if we have said rear end.
One of my friendly friends said that they do look at transcripts of these episodes because apparently on YouTube you can just auto-transcribe and they can search for keywords, which I think is crazy. It's just crazy.
It is. The technology these days, Greg.
I don't understand technology. What is that, the future?
No, it's current stuff that...
Current stuff. Got it.
Yeah, that helps... That makes things easier.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Current stuff. Got it.
Yeah. Current man-made stuff that makes things easier.
Man-made things.
Although, I don't know how long it'll be before the technology is not man-made, but technology-made.
Probably about 15 to 17 minutes.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yep.
The singularity is in 15 to 17 minutes?
I think stuff happens much faster than you think when it comes to modern technology, and I'm predicting 15 to 17 minutes from now, everything will be automated by AI and computers.
Okay. Wow. So then we're done then in 15 to 17 minutes.
I mean, we'll see, because this podcast will still be going on 15 to 17 minutes from now. I mean, that's basically going to be like the end of it, and we'll see if our robot overlords have taken over by then.
Yeah. But we have episodes that we've done that aren't out yet. So are they going to still go out? Is they going to be relevant anymore after technology takes over?
Let me ask you a follow-up. Let me answer your question with another question.
Yeah.
Is anything we do relevant?
Oh, right. Good question.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, the obvious answer to that is no. So yeah.
I don't think it is.
Great.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see the point in going on now.
No, there really is no point. I guess that's it. No. Oh, wait.
Technology's taking over. We're not relevant.
No, we do need to wait till the end of the episode though, because I forgot we owe the listeners another 15 minutes.
Oh.
Because some of these jerks have paid $3 a month to support us on Patreon, and so we've got to deliver the episode for those jerks.
Wait. Why are you calling them jerks?
Well, I felt bad about calling everybody else idiots, so I'm calling the Patreon supporters jerks to balance it out and make up for it.
No, that's not. You could just not call anyone anything bad. You could just apologize.
I don't understand all your rules, Craig.
No, it's one simple rule. Just don't call people names.
You had a problem with me calling one side names, so I figured I'd balance it out and fix the problem. I'm trying to be a fixer, not a problemer.
Well, you did balance it. You were a balancer, but you weren't fixing it. You weren't fixing anything.
And now it's all fixed. Now everybody's happy.
Greg, no.
Some people are saying I'm an idiot. Other people are saying I'm a jerk. It's fixed.
No, Greg, the people who listen that aren't patrons.
Oh,
they're just people, and the people who listen who are patrons,
they're poor people, right? They're poor people.
They're people as well. No.
Well, I mean, if they don't have $3, I guess they're poor people.
So you
right?
think that's the only reason they wouldn't give us $3?
I can't think of any other reason.
It could be because we're giving them this for free anyway.
All I can think of is that they literally they're like, oh, I want to support Greg and Gary or whatever your name is on Patreon, and then they reach in their pockets and the pockets are empty, and then they pull the insides of their pockets on the outside, like they used to do like in old silent films to show that I have no money in my pockets.
Yeah, a visual indication of no money. Yes.
Yeah. Let me say, I don't know if these pockets do that, but
why would they need a visual indication that they have no money? Who are they indicating to when they do that?
Look at that.
Yeah, I see. I see. Yes. Yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah, I'll find out. Stand up and see if your pockets do that also. You got to stand up.
Okay.
Let's see it on camera.
Phone in a pocket.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Boy, if his pockets are full of money.
There you go.
Then is it working? Is it pulling out? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh man, Craig has no money. You can tell. That's how you can tell if somebody has no money.
Yeah.
If they pull the insides of their pockets out. Wait, what's that? You had a real dog in your pocket? This whole time there was a dog in your pocket? What the hell? What the hell? Why do you have a sentient watermelon and an actual live dog in your pocket? For those of you who are not watching, I'm describing what's actually happening.
Neither one of them are sentient.
I saw the watermelon had a face. I don't know. I don't have any other watermelon that has a face. It's not a sentient watermelon.
It's a toy.
You're
Ada
a toy.
gave me these things and told me to have them with me all the time. So I do.
So you just do anything your daughter says?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I don't do a thing your daughter says.
Well, she doesn't tell you to do things. I bet you would if she told you to.
I would not.
Bet you would.
I would not. I would say, you know what? I'm not interested in doing that.
Well.
Yeah, this does not interest me in the least.
Well, I might have to punch you in the face, Greg, if you don't listen to my daughter. I might have to punch you in the face.
Oh, God. Are you physically threatening me on something that is being recorded?
Yes.
You have officially, physically threatened my face.
No, I haven't. This is a hypothetical. So, like,
it's a hypothetical threat. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Who else can we threaten hypothetically? Oh, maybe if we threaten the people who aren't supporting us on Patreon, they will then go support us because they don't want to get punched, hypothetically.
No, I don't think that would... It won't work. Partly because it'll just make them hate us more, but also
I think it's going to work. Really well.
It just wouldn't work logistically. We don't know where they live. We can't go punch them.
Well, I'm sure if we did our research, we would be able to find out where all of our listeners live. We'd be able to find out their names, addresses, social security numbers. Hey guys, when you leave us comments at Apple Podcast, everybody go leave us a comment. Be sure and also include your name, your address, and your social security number. That would be so helpful to us for the future, and that way it's our way to confirm that your review is real.
Okay,
I'm tricking them right now.
They can hear you better because you're closer to the mic.
They think that if they have to do it so that it confirms that their review is real. So
that microphone is
that was between
where
you and
everything is being heard.
If anybody heard that, disregard that last part. Just don't listen to that last part.
Okay. But also, how often, when you ask everyone to comment, how often does every single person who listens comment?
Every time.
Every time. Well, then we have very few listeners. Often none. Often no listeners.
I guess you might be right. There are a couple of new comments.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get to these new comments. There are some new reviews here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, when I say new, I mean, late last year.
Sure.
All right. This one was from December, just a couple months ago. From Shivo Cartine. Shivo Cartine, thank you for your 5-star review. 5 stars says, titled Severely Underrated Podcast. And Shivo Cartine says, as a human listener, thank you so much for specifying.
Yeah.
I am always shocked, and shocked is in all uppercase, which is why I emphasized it.
Sure, you don't have to explain that. Yeah.
Okay. I am always shocked at how underrated this podcast is. Is laughing until your abs hurt that enjoyable to you people? Now, isn't that a great review?
I feel like I read that review. Is this iTunes?
I don't think you did.
No,
Apple, it is.
Apple
but no, you've never read that.
Yeah, I read that one publicly not that long ago.
And here's one from right before that, which says that it's another 5-star review. This is from Garrett T. It's titled Better Than Duolingo, and he says, looking to learn English as your second language?
Yeah, I read this
is
one.
the podcast for you. These are brand new reviews that have never been read before here.
Sure, I read them.
There you go. I'll throw those away on the podcast. Thank you so much, Garrett.
You threw them away?
Yeah, I discarded them into the trash. I threw them away.
You can't throw away
I threw them away.
Comment on Apple.
I just did.
I don't even know that you can do that. And if you could, you shouldn't do that.
I did that.
Why?
I just wanted to get rid of them.
Why?
I just was done. I was done. I was done with them. I read them and I was finished. And I don't like to save. I'm not a hoarder. I don't like to save reviews. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, some people they don't take up any space.
Some people, you walk into their apartment and their apartment is like stuffed, just floor to ceiling with reviews.
No, not reviews.
Boxes full of reviews.
No. Boxes of stuff.
No, I've gone in. Trust me, I have gone into people's apartments and I've seen boxes, and I know they're full of reviews, and that is a ridiculous.
Wait, how do you know?
See,
that's the part where it breaks down, where you say, "I know they're full of reviews." Like how do you know that?
Because all the boxes, they're review boxes, and
listen. Are you listening, listeners? This is critical thinking. When people say things that don't have any proof attached to them, this is how you identify that.
Okay.
When people, because there are a lot of people in public these days who say things that have no truth attached to them or no proof.
I don't know who you're talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about.
So what you do is you question it. Question it. Critical thinking.
There's no way for us to tell who you're talking about. None of us know what you mean or who you're talking about.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because you can just say things with no proof, and it sounds true-y.
Well, here's what we've learned. If you say things enough times, then even if it's not true, that becomes the new truth. Because he's said it a dozen times. I guess that's just the truth now.
Yeah. Okay. And it's a he, probably, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. I didn't. Okay. Sometimes people just they assign a sex to something. Do you know that the French assign sex to words? Some words are masculine, some words are feminine. And let me tell you something.
The Spanish do too.
If you ever go to like a French nightclub at night, those words are hooking up. The masculine words are like hitting on the feminine words, and they'll sometimes go back to one of those word hotels, and they will just have sex all night because the French love having sex.
French words?
The French and the French words, they love having sex. And
what about Spanish? They have
I don't know.
Gendered words.
Did they play the accordion? I don't know. Like the accordion is the instrument of love in France. They play the accordion there. Yeah,
really.
It's the instrument of love, and so
I would imagine it's sort of like I imagine a mariachi band for Spanish.
Oh yeah, I guess the Spanish probably they have mariachi band play. Or they hire like Mexico. A mariachi band to play in their room when they're. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Mariachi bands are very loud. When Kim and I got married, Kim, by the way, is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
When she and I got married, what's the matter?
What?
She's my wife.
What?
Kim is my wife. My wife, Kim.
I don't. You're
probably referring to the thing that we used to do a long time ago, where we would say the words "my wife," kind of like Borat did. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah,
we finished that.
We just finished that just now.
Yeah, it's done.
It wasn't a long time ago, Greg.
We haven't done that for a long time.
What episode are we on? Episode 100.
This is episode 250, something like that.
No, it's 100 and something.
It's 175.
126
or
something.
Yeah, something.
So that's how many episodes it takes to be done with that.
Yeah, we're done with that. It's all done.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay,
do it again.
Moving on. Yeah.
Yeah, but when we got married, we had a reception in our backyard at our house. And we hired a mariachi band, and we had like Mexican food catered, and we thought, let's just do a Mexican theme for no reason whatsoever because it's fun. And we hired a mariachi band, and let me tell you something. This band is like 6 people came into our backyard, and they were all dressed like mariachis, which was weird.
Well, they're a mariachi band.
Yeah, I know, and they all had like mariachi instruments and everything. And it's like, what the hell? So anyway, they came into our backyard.
I feel like that should be expected. Yeah.
When they played their music. That's not a quiet like, oh, let's have some nice music playing at the party. No, it's fucking loud. They've got trumpets and trumpets, and they got like full on drum sets and Moog synthesizers, or what? I don't really know all the
Moog synthesizers.
I don't know what they have.
That doesn't sound like a mariachi band.
I don't know what they had, but it was very. There was like 7 guys with a tuba, and the 7 guys all sharing one tuba.
What? Was this a high school marching band? What was this?
I don't know what. I don't remember. I'm not good with instrument names, but all I know is it was very loud, and I was like, I hope our neighbors don't mind some free music because they're getting it. It was super loud. You could hear it a block away, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, that sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good...
I haven't had that much fun since I went to a funeral.
Okay. That doesn't sound fun.
I took something from earlier in the podcast. I brought it back at the end, and that brings the whole thing together. And guess what else? Apparently, I was wrong about the robot overlords and AI taking over because I have not heard any robot voices or anything. So I guess we're fine.
I mean, that's good on the one hand, but on the other hand, that means I still got to do stuff.
And Gary Busey has just informed me that my wife has now been reinstated. We now have to keep saying it that way from now on. Jeez. Thank you, Mr. Busey. And thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name, once again, has been Chad Rasmussen.
And I am Gregory the Third.
And it has been a pleasure spending the time with you. We love all of you, even the idiots and the jerks.
Well, some of you might be idiots and jerks.
Jesus, Craig. Come on, man. That's rude.
No,
I was obviously joking, and you just insulted them for real. Oh, great.
No,
you might as well end this just by saying, fuck all you
idiots
jerks.
And jerks. idiots and jerks don't know that they're idiots and jerks.
Oh,
so
that's
it's okay.
Right. Okay, so don't tell Steve and David and Marianne.
Okay, now you're drawing the line.
Oh,
now
look
you're
what
drawing
I did.
the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, have we stopped recording yet?
Or now I'm drawing the line. You went too far, is what I'm trying to say.
Have we stopped recording?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Okay, I think we probably have stopped